G'day, Brian here. We're back in Manyeleti and back in Pungwe Safari Camp again. This is our fourth time here. Haven't been here since 2022. And just to give you a bit of an idea, we are going to do a video. We're going to come in here at least for a night and stay at their main camp. So that's for the general public, where the private concessions, obviously you book with those guys directly. So I'm going to I'll do a couple of little facts and figures, but I'll do a full video on what it's like to stay here and not at the private conservancy. The main camp is, according to the sign I just saw, 20 clicks from the main gate. Now, the gate to Manyeleti, if you're going to Orpen, if you're going towards the direction of the Orpen gate of Kruger, I'll keep that simple. If you're looking for it, you're literally going to take a right turn, roughly 20 meters or 20 to 30 meters before you get to the first gate of the Orpen entry to Kruger Park. So on the right, it's a little dirt track. You'll see a sign that does say Pungwe. So once you see that sign, it shows you a right turn. Take that right turn. Entry fee per day or per night for a foreign national is 130 Rand per person. That's the conservation levy. And for local South African residents, it is 70 Rand per day or per night. Where it's dirt roads here once you get on there, so it's not tarred, but we've driven down here in like a Toyota Corolla or something small like that. So you don't need, at least not in the rainy season, you don't need a four-wheel drive or anything else like that. Sorry for the bumps and stuff. It's a little bit bumpy. The cool thing about it is, well, you basically start your game drive as soon as you go through the gate. So we'll be looking out for animals, anything can come out here. We've seen ostrich down here, definitely elephants, zebras. I've seen lions on the main roads. Again, as when you're not staying at the private concession like we are, you can't go off-road. So just bear that in mind. Only vehicles that are used by the private concessions, there's about 5 or 6 camps here in Manyeleti, lodge/camps, and they're allowed to go off-road. Now, my understanding is if you stay at main camp, you can book a drive with the people at main camp. I'm not sure who they use or whether they use their own vehicles or get someone from outside, but I've been told you can go off-road. But again, I'm going to get that information when I absolutely know what's what. We're going to head down to main camp right now, and we're going to ask about the drives. I'll confirm that for my later video, that whether they can go off-road as well. A big advantage when there's a sighting, because they all keep in communication by radio, and if there's anything off-road that they've tracked, you can go in there and see it, as opposed to you could miss something that's 30 meters away, or something's lying down right at the moment. It's end of summer, so it's quite green, grass quite high, so it's nice to have the ability to go off-road, but it's still nice to drive along here. Manyeleti does have a lot of really nice open areas, so anything that's a decent size, you're going to be able to see even on a self-drive. It'll be usually standing up high enough to go even on the tall grass. Once it gets to, well, within the next month or two, it should start to, the grasses will shorten up, they'll kind of die off. It'll turn more brown. It's actually quite nice to be here in the green. We're normally here in the dry season. It's not quite as picturesque as having the green, but in the dry season, it's the busier season because wildlife spotting is just easier. So heading down to Pungwe for 3 nights. I'll be doing a whole bunch of videos on safaris as well. Now, at the time of writing, so to speak, they actually lost 2 of their 4 tents to a fire. So we're not exactly sure if they've rebuilt those tents yet. Almost soon enough, whether they're back up to 4 tents. But nice intimate camp. I've already done another video. I've done a video previously when we were here in Pungwe, and I'll put up the link in the description, as a camp walk around and that sort of thing. But good to be back in Manyeleti, and can't wait to get out on safari. We'll have our first safari with Pungwe Safari Camp later on this afternoon. So tune in. Okay, I'm not sure if you can see behind me, but we come across a nice breeding herd of buffalo. And it's the afternoon game drive. We just headed out about 4 o'clock. And I suppose it could be 60, 70, something like that, at least 50 here. And nice way to start. Awesome. Okay.
Normally, I'm not
So,
driving that speed.
I don't know if you can see that.
We fully support it.
I don't know.
If you
That
want
was,
me-
was kind of terrible.
If you want me to
Yeah,
jump, I can.
yeah, if you can. Yeah, forget with the. Anyway, we're here with the central partner in main camp, and we've got the Nharu Pride red road male. His son that's getting a bit old now, and we've got 5 cubs here, one suckling with the mother. So incredible sighting here right now. We're just going to move forward a bit and get a bit of a better angle. G'day, so we're still here with the Nharu Pride with their 5 cubs that are around 4 to 5 months old. just enjoying the sighting because we're in the private reserve or the private portion of it. We're allowed to go off-road. So you wouldn't be able to do this if you were just driving yourself. We wouldn't have access, but the trackers would have tracked them in here and found the whole pride. So I think we've got roughly a dozen, 13 with us here with the pride, and super cool. Always super cool to see the cubs. So we're just going to enjoy the moment, take a little bit more video, but absolutely stunning. Loving every moment of it here in the Manyeleti. And I've got to give kudos if you're here and you stay at Pungwe to our tracker and our ranger, our guide, Never and Wonderboy. They're just awesome at this sort of stuff and really good at trying to get you in the right position to get the best shots that you can. Just let them know what you want and they'll try and get it for you. But just us and a couple of other vehicles, because you're only allowed to have approximately 3 vehicles at a sighting like this, so it doesn't get crowded, and everyone kind of depends on how many vehicles are out and how long you're going to stay here. Could be 15 minutes depending if there's other people waiting to get in, but at the moment it doesn't look like that, so we've been able to be here for maybe 20 minutes already. So awesome stuff.